Hello once again and welcome back to my channel. My name is Glory Olamide. It's great to have you here with me today. If you haven't subscribed or followed me by now, please take a moment, subscribe and follow. This is dependent on what platform you are watching me from. It will be great to have you as part of the family. Today we are looking at the key elements or principles couples must adhere to in a relationship. I will be looking at my notes here because I have some important points written down, and also because I will be using the story of a man called Timothy Adegoke to illustrate my points. Now, I have 6 principles here and I will be telling you all, making a list, listing them out for you. So please come along with me, pay attention, let's go on this journey. Now, the first one is truthfulness, the importance of being truthful at all times. The second one is about accountability. It's important to be accountable to each other in a relationship. Trustworthy. You must be a trustworthy person. Your spouse must be able to say, yes, I actually trust my wife or I trust my husband. Okay? If they say A, it is A. If they say B, it is definitely B. Communication. This is important. There's no point being in the same home and you're not communicating. They have no idea what you are up to, what you have in mind. Everyone is just going about doing their own thing because there is lack of communication. So communication is another key principle important in every marriage, in any relationship to be, in fact, in any relationship. Number 5, partnership. Remember, marriage is about partnership. You work together. You're not working against each other. You are working together, fulfilling purpose together, making plans together. The last point I'm going to give us now is on commitment. Commitment, the big C. Once you have decided to be married, it's a lifetime commitment. Well, it's meant to be. I know that these days people can decide to go their separate ways, but ideally it is a lifetime commitment. Now, why have I made a list of these key principles? I'll share a brief story of this person I mentioned earlier, who unfortunately passed away in November 2021. If you don't know this story, you can do your own research about him. His name is Mr. Timothy Adegoke. Now, like I said earlier, he passed away. How did this happen? He lives in a different part of Nigeria and decided to go and enroll. He enrolled for a course, an MBA, in a different city in Nigeria. So he traveled from his state to a different state to write his last exam. Okay, now what happened? This man was a very principled man, from what we heard after his passing away. He lodged in an hotel, the Hilton Hotel to be precise. Immediately, what did he do to prove that he's a truthful person? He sent the proof of his payment, the payment he made to his wife. Okay, he sent it to her. I said, look, I have arrived and I have paid for the hotel room where I will be staying. And he sent her the room number. That wasn't enough. Everything he did, he told her, they spoke on the phone because he had the exams the next day. They spoke on the phone and he said he was going to be studying and all of that. And they communicated, after which they said their good nights and she promised to give him a call back the next day. The next day came, she called him, and there was no answer. She, she just said, okay, maybe he was studying and she didn't want to bother him so much. The time came when she knew that his exams must have been written and he must be maybe resting or something in his room. So she decided to give him a call again. Unfortunately, again, he did not pick. She became worried. Later in the day, she called again, no answer. This was like unlike, not like, this was so much unlike her husband. And she decided to ask someone in the same city where he went to write his exam to check on him. And the person said he didn't even turn up at the exam hall. Then she knew something was wrong, because the husband that she had would always communicate, would always call. After the exam, he would have called to say, I'm done, and to keep her in the loop, to keep her, informed, because they had a great partnership. They did everything together. He was nowhere to be found. And then she went through her phone and got the receipt he sent to her. And then she quickly sent it to the person in the city and said, look, my husband lodged at this hotel. Please go there, see if it's there. If he is there, maybe he's unwell or something. The person went, and the hotel receptionist said that man did not lodge at their hotel. But the wife said, no, he did, because this is proof of payment. And the man showed the proof of payment. That was when the receptionist now acknowledged that, oh yes, he was there. You see, he spent the night there, and the room and everything. They went, searched the room, and he wasn't there. So investigation started. What happened? Initially, you said this man did not lodge here. And then confessions started. To cut a long story short, the owner of the hotel, his son, and some members of staff had taken this man's life. For whatever reasons, we don't know. Now, why have I shared that story? Remember, the initial thing, the initial reaction or response from the hotel was to say this man never lodged there. If he wasn't a truthful person, if he wasn't accountable, he told his wife he was going to be there, and he was there. He actually went there. He did not only go there, he sent the proof of payment. He also sent his room number to his wife. That information he sent to her was what they used to find out what happened to him. Now, the owner of the hotel has been sentenced only this year, and 2 members of staff as well, because they were found guilty of taking his life, which is unfortunate. Now, as married people, we must learn from this story. If you say you are going to a place, make sure that is the place you go to. A lot of people are used to lying to their wives. Let me say men. Not only men, to be honest. Some women now do things like that. They tell lies. They say they are going to A, but they go to B. And, so this is something we must stop. Be accountable. Be truthful. You are going to A, please go to A. If it is, maybe there's something, if something happens and you have lied, how will anybody know where you are? It's not possible to find out where you are or where you've been to, because they've gone to check where you said you were going to, and you never went there. This is why it's important to be truthful. Communicate Often, some people feel like they are being controlled if their spouse wants to uh, find out where they are going, what they are going to do. It's not control, it's care. If your wife constantly asks you, okay, where are you going? You say, I'm coming. What does I'm coming mean? You are going and you say you are coming. Where are you going to exactly? You need to be specific. God forbid if anything happens, people will know where to find, where to go, who to hold responsible. Just like the case of this man. If he hadn't informed his wife, if he wasn't an open person, if he wasn't communicating with his wife, nobody would have known. It would have been an unsolved mystery today. They were able to solve this problem because he was accountable. So, if you are watching this, if you are part of the family on Facebook or my YouTube channel, even Instagram or any platform I have out there, and you constantly listen to my messages as a married couple, I know some people are married but live like strangers. If you have made that commitment to be married, you need to put in the effort. Put in the effort, work together. Practice these principles. Men, you are the head of the home. Bring your wives closer to you. Discuss things with them. Don't make plans and then only tell her about it later. No, that's not the best thing to do. From the start of any plans you want to make, carry her along. When you do this, when she has anything as well, she will inform you. Ask, take permission even and say, look, this is an idea I have. What do you think about it? But when you're not carrying her along, you're just doing your own thing, she would feel like, oh, she has to keep on doing her own thing as well. So it's a partnership. Remember, your home, your family is a gift given to you. Men, you need to nurture your wives. When you nurture your wife, it becomes easier for her to show you all those things that you really long for, the respect, everything that you need. And it becomes easier for her to even submit. Remember, respect is mutual. You respect each other. You support each other. Just love, show care, be committed. It's a commitment. Don't be in a marriage and then everybody's lonely at the same time because you are not communicating. There's no partnership. She's constantly longing and wishing you would involve her in things, but you are not. That is not good enough. So let's listen to these messages. I'm putting them out there for a reason so that it will help as many people as possible. It will go on to, change the atmosphere, change things, the way you do things right now, and then become a close-knit couple and a close-knit family. Remember, the children are watching. You are the first people they would see, example they would see on what marriage should be about. So at this point, I will be ending this video. Thanks for joining me once again. I appreciate you all. Remember, if you still haven't subscribed, do so now. If you haven't followed my Facebook page, do so as well. Remember to share, remember to like, remember to put in your comments. I love reading your comments. After watching the video, tell me your thoughts about the video and I would definitely respond back to you. Remember, these are key principles every couple should adhere to in the marriage. Be truthful, be accountable, be trustworthy, communicate with your spouse. It's a partnership. Involve each other. Don't leave them out. Don't make decisions on your own. And remember, it is a lifetime commitment. Thanks once again. Take care now till I come your way again. Bye.